When you were using workspaces earlier in the course, you typed your code in on one side and then saw the results on the other. Now that Python is installed on your computer, we can do something kind of similar. In this case, you'll be editing your code in a file using a text editor, and then running that file and seeing the results in the terminal. We've provided a simple Python file for you to try this with. You can download it from a link on this page. The first step is to find the folder where the file was downloaded, such as your Downloads folder. You can move the file to another location if you like. It doesn't really matter where you put it, as long as you know where it is. In the terminal, use the cd command to move to the folder where the file is located. Depending on where you put the file, the command will be something like cd downloads. Once you've moved to the folder, you can use ls to check that the file is listed as you expect. Oh, goodness. If you've never cleaned out your Downloads folder, you may find a lot of other files in here too. That's not a problem, although it can make it a little bit hard to find what you're looking for. But here it is, greeting.py. Now that you've confirmed that you're in the directory containing that file, you can tell Python to run it. To run a Python file, you just type python, followed by the name of the file. Remember that depending on how your installation is named, you may need to type something slightly different, like Python 3 instead of Python. In this case, the file I downloaded is named greeting.py, so I've typed python3 greeting.py, and then hit enter. Well, it looks like this file has some super simple code that just causes the terminal to display the message, "Hello from Udacity." Now that we've tried running the program, let's take a look inside. Earlier in this course, you used a text editor to open and edit your HTML and CSS files. We learned that HTML and CSS files were just text files, and the same is true for this Python file. It's just a file with some text in it. If you have trouble opening the file in your text editor, one way that often will work is to drag the file icon into the text editor window. Or if you prefer, you can go to the File menu in your text editor and open it from there. And here's the code. Print "Hello from Udacity." It seems like this code is taking whatever is inside these quotes and displaying it in the terminal. If I want, I can make a change like this, typing a different message in here, and then I'll save the change and go back to the terminal and run the file again, and you can see that it now displays the new message. So the overall setup is pretty similar to what we've done in the past. We have some place where we can edit the code and save it, and then another place where we can see the results. You might be using a different text editor, or you might discover other ways that you like to have your programming environment set up. But, like we said earlier in this course, the most important thing is making sure that you've got a way to try things out and get some immediate feedback to see whether those changes did what you expected them to. But your version of the file is a little different from the one that we've shown here, so you give this a try and see what message it displays for you.